Here we go. We're going to start on quarters tonight. I just want to put this fine example up on the scope. There is a little bit of glare on it. It isn't a flip right now. But this is a 1965 DDO FS801 example. You can see some fine example of doubling on there. And the word America. It's also on States of America. Is just an example of something that we're looking for on these quarters. So we're going to go ahead and get fired up. Start off with a roll of quarters here. We have a brand new box of pennies I haven't opened yet. We have some half dollars. I have nickels. I don't know a lot about nickels. Still learning about those. So we're going to start with these. First, check the rims for silver. Don't see anything there. Go ahead and get started. We'll start going through these. I got the list up on the side. And then I also have ngccoin.com, their varieties plus, open on the side as well. So go ahead and get started. These Wyoming 2007s, if it's a filly, we can look for some doubling on the saddle. We'll cruise through this. There's a 1980 Denver. 92, no, 94. We're looking for a filly without the mint mark on it. Ooh, a Weir Farm 2020. We're looking for the good old West Point Mint. There's a Denver. All 2019s and 2020s. We're looking for that West Point. Here's an 83 Philly. So 1983s and 1982s were saving all the quarters. They did not make mint sets of these years. But also the 83 Philly, we're looking for the Spitting Eagle. This one spent some time in the ground, possibly. Here's what we're looking for. Right here. Let me focus this up just a little bit better. So the 83 Philly Spitting Eagle, we're looking for basically lines coming down from the beak down to the wing there. Grand Canyon 2010. Let me raise this up just a little bit. To be a little shaky for a second. Get back in focus. That's a little better. Oh, look at this one. I only found one of these so far. The Ida B. Wells 2025. Definitely saving that one for the book. We're looking for the drooling George and the nosewort error on these things. This one is going in my personal collection. Some of these new women quarters. Zitkalasa out of Denver. Another 2020. If you find a $20 to $30 quarter just by finding a 2019 or a 2020, and if it has a W for a mint mark instead of a Denver or a Philly, definitely worth extra money. Oh, a 65. That's in fine condition. Someone colored on this one or something and maybe cleaned it. I'm not quite sure. We're looking for doubling on this one. Specifically, the 65. There's a double die obverse and a double die reverse. So you have to look at all of the lettering on this one. Check out Liberty here. It's sweet to find a DDO. Look at In God We Trust. Check out the date. It's kind of cool with the scope. You can see like the layers of this whatever blue paint. Check out the reverse on this. Looking for doubling, like in the example I showed at the beginning here. The scope makes it really nice to be able to check these out. Check out $quarter at the bottom. I don't see anything there. Let's keep going. Harper's Ferry 2016. These guys, I think it's 2016. I don't know if these are mint specific, but these barrels, check out the barrels. You can find some sort of a leaky barrel error on some of those. 98 Philly. 1992. There's a Maria Tall Chief. 2023 American Woman. Looking for the nose wart or the Jewel and George. Another 2023 Eleanor Roosevelt. We're looking at her hat on the Eleanor Roosevelt. We're looking for extra metal, like extra blobs of metal on this one. Any die chips, things like that, worth extra money. Let's keep on going. Get through these quarters here. 2015 Versace. 67, not on the list. If you guys know of any other errors, I'm still learning myself. So, the District of Columbia, 2009. We're looking for the Denver. Here's a Denver. We're going to check it out further on the reverse. We're going to look right here next to his hand and the piano. We're looking for an extra key or doubling in the ELL, things like that. I do save all my 2009s. I just like 2009s. Another 2019, looking for the W Mint. They only made 2 million of each W Mint design. 74. The Hawaii volcanoes. I heard they're erupting again. Kilauea. I don't think this is Kilauea. It might be. But I heard Kilauea was erupting again. 2022 out of Denver. Check out his nose. Check out his mouth. Here's an anime Wong. We're looking for the teardrop and the hangnail and an issue in her name. I think it's in May. I should really look that up. I just look at all the letters. Look at her eyeball, see if there's any die chips, and then check out, look for like a hangnail type of thing in her fingers. Virginia 2000. Another 2019, a War in the Pacific this time from Guam. This one's a Philly. We're looking for the West Point mint on these things. Kentucky 2001. Ooh, 1969. Denver. We have extra things to look for on this one. Let's look it up on ngccoin.com. 69. Denver. There's a few of them, so we can find 69D over D. A couple different iterations of that one, and then a 69D type H reverse. So we'll check out the mint mark first. What's up, Thomas? Thanks for joining us today. So you're talking the In Cod We Trust. I have mixed feelings about that one. Other people might feel differently. The In Cod, The serif on the G in God, I don't believe it's an error. There's different people that say it is an error. There's different people that say it's not an error. Like there wasn't a misprint on them, but it might be weaker on some of them, so it might, I don't know, it might be worth money. I don't necessarily save those. So we're gonna zoom way in on this sucker. Give me a second, I'll refocus us here. Check out this mint mark real quick. So the D over D, 69 Denver. The mint mark was repunched slightly southeast of the first impression, which was tilted clockwise. So the pictures I'm looking at was repunched slightly southeast. So you'd find like at the backside on the bottom an extra crooked-ish thing. That's the first one. Then the 69D over D FS 502, the mint mark is repunched slightly to the east of the first impression. So you'd see a full line on this left side. So this is neither of those. Okay, we'll zoom back out so we can check out for the type H reverse. Okay, the type H, we're looking at, let me get my fancy pointer out. Haven't sold any of these yet. We're looking at this bundle of arrows on the left side of the eagle. This looks like a type G reverse, but type G, you can see the points on these top two arrows. And a type H, basically these points would be buried right into this leaf right here. So this is not what we're looking for. 2006, South Dakota. 2014, Arches, Utah. Anyone ever been to the Arches? Be a sweet place to go and visit. Missouri, 2003. Almost done with this quarter roll. We have pennies, we have half dollars, and we have quarters. I got plenty. What the bottle of my hair? 2022. Let's find something here. Last night I found another 65 DDR. This is 79, not on the list. Voyagers 2018. Out of Philly, we have some die chip to look for on this one, on this loon guy. We're looking here for a blob of metal. Nebraska 2006. 2023. Edith Kanaka Ole. I don't know, that just rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? So on these ones, we're looking for the Julian George and the nose wart, and then we're looking by his ear for a strike through where the Edith Kanaka Ole might come through on this side. Yeah, as far as Gerald, you said In God We Rust. I think the only ones I know of on those ones is on the 2005 Kansas quarters, the In God We Rust. I think it's some sort of a grease error or something like that. Here's a Celia Cruz, 2024. All right, let's bust open another roll here. These are rolls from my bank. I've found 3 W mints in 2 boxes so far, 2019 and 2020s. So that's the main thing we're expecting to find, but maybe some doubling and different die chips and stuff like that. I don't think I'm going to find any silver, but it's happened before. It's not entirely out of the realm of possibilities. $19.98. Another 98. Two back to back. There's a Chickasaw 2011. It took me forever to find the Chickasaw Philly. Here's a 70 Denver. We do have something to look for here. 70 Denver DDO FS 101 and the FS 102 and the DDR FS 801 and the DDR FS 802 and the tape H reverse. So we're going to start with the double die obverse. We're looking for doubling on the date In God We Trust and Liberty. We'll start there. We're looking for strong doubling. Check this out. Check this out. Yeah, the pictures show strong doubling. The DDO FS 102 is doubling seen on all lettering and date. I don't know what the difference is like between those two different things. The double die reverse, we're looking for minor doubling in $quarter and lower leaves. We'll start there. Man, that looks suspect. Looks a little suspect right here along this edge of the queue. There's a little line there. It could be just a scratch though. But then, like I see an extra line here too. Doesn't quite match up with the photo. Let's check out what the DDR FS 802 is doubling on the United States of America in $quarter. Some of the pictures are not that great. Man, I just don't know. Check these out. This is kind of suspect too here. The back side of the E, back side of the D. Those look like they could be. It's not as clear as the other doubling I've seen. But some of the stuff is like splitting hairs, man. Got some cool wear on this thing behind the eagle. We'll set that off to the side. I got some other folks who might want to take a look at it. 2022 Denver. Nina Otero Warren. 87 Denver? Nope. I wish I'd find silver in some of these, but silver is becoming harder and harder to come by, in my experience. Also, penny boxes are becoming harder and harder to come by as well. There's an 82 Denver. Philadelphia, Fort McHenry 2013. Upside Down, Louisiana, 2002. Imagine paying for the Louisiana purchase for the price they paid for it today. Holy smokes. There's a 2015 Homestead. So on this Homestead, we're looking for a few different things. We're looking for extra metal on the roof. We're going to check out this water pump handle here. The curve of this water pump handle here. You can have a doubling in this window pane here. And if you go down a little farther, look at the bucket. Extra blobs of metal in that bucket. You can get that leaky bucket. I don't know if it's an error or variety. Probably error. All right. Ooh, the 1965 Philly. First, I'm going to show you this 1965 Philly I found in much better condition. And on the reverse, we're looking for this. Sorry for the glare on there. We're looking for that type of doubling on those letters. Looks like a shadow on it. I can't remember if it has a 65. Yeah, we're looking for double die obverse and double die reverse on the 65. So check out the obverse first. This one's in pretty rough shape. Check out the reverse. This one's in super rough shape. Holy cow. It would be kind of challenging to see much of anything on there. Nothing there. Oh well. 2019, we're looking for the W mints. 2016 Fort Moultrie. 94 out of Denver. I wish I would find more of these double dies. They're super awesome to find. (2013) Great Basin. 1945 penny, depending on the condition. I mean, I would pay, 3 to 5 cents and more depending on condition. Generally, I just pay 3 to 5 cents. Puerto Rico 2009. Save almost 2009s. 95 Philly. West Virginia. It's in a little nicer shape. Gerald looking for no nicks or bag marks. 65 to 69. Yes, sir. 2021. I think these ones can have some dye chips up on her goggles. Looks like damage up there. (2020) I already saw it was a Philly. Come on. Looking for a W. 2015. I think this 65. This is one of the better 65s I've found. It's actually in really nice shape. That's why it's in a flip now. Saving it. I think it would grade around a 45 maybe. Something like that. Worth maybe 20 bucks. 77 Denver. Let's get through these quarters. 89 Denver, nothing there. I just take a quick glance at them too, see if you see anything extra. Here's another 2019 Philly, but these ones also, the San Antonio Missions, look for extra metal on all four corners of this cross deal. And then checking out for an extra wave. Basically looks like an extra little arc or chunk of metal in there. Ooh, a 2021 Denver crossing the Delaware. We're going to look at General George Washington's hat. Looking for die chips up here, extra metal. Can even bleed up into the E and P. 2004 Florida. Another Maria Tall Chief 2023. What's up? She's in bed. Do you need something?
Oh, watch it. I don't think we have it.
Is this one we have already?
I thought we had it.
Yeah, class mom.
Okay.
I don't think she's sleeping yet.
Okay.
Connecticut 99. Another cross in the Delaware. Check out George's hat. Last one of the roll in 1995 out of Denver. Let's get another roll of quarters here. Hoping for silver. Hoping for W mints. No silver. I'm not really sure when's the last time I found a silver quarter in a bankroll. Probably have more luck for like customer wrapped rolls, that type of thing. West Virginia. That was like super deeply punched. The rim is super high on that. New York 2001. Gerald asked, "You looking for rotated dies?" Yeah, I do look for those as well. Obviously, I don't spend a whole lot of time. Sometimes I'll flip it and I'll accidentally rotate it myself and be like, "Oh man, it's a rotated die." But I generally just try to rotate them, and if it's way off, I'll take a double look at it. But 2019, can we get a W? Oh, just a Denver. Wyoming, Denver. Looking for the Philly on those ones. Dr. Sally Ride. I think the South Carolina quarters you can find rotated dies. I don't know if they're extra rotated or if they messed up on a bunch of them or something, but it's one that I found that mentioned the rotated die. Pretty sure you could probably get them on just about any coin. 2019 Philadelphia. I generally just look at them real quick, flip them real quick, check out the rim, check out for any major things that pop out at you. Look for W mints, and then the ones that I kind of have an idea about, I'll spend some extra time looking at them. There's probably a lot of things I miss. I'm still learning. but I just try to get a good look at them and move on. 2023 Eleanor Roosevelt. We'll check out her hat real quick. I've looked at these quarters before, and I've spent so much time on them, and I get bored sometimes. So, like, I'll just look for the stuff that I know to look for. 2014 Florida Everglades. This one can have a wing, something on the wing. I don't know if it's a dye chip or something. Rhode Island 2001. Here's a 67. $1990. It's a good year. I don't know what y'all think, but it's a good year. Illinois 2003. This one spent some time in the ground. Did you get it figured out? Okay. Good night. This one's an off-center punch. You can see the rim on the upper right is much fatter than on the lower left. I don't necessarily save these unless they're like super bad. I'll probably put this one off to the side. This one spent some time in the dirt. Someone found it or metal detected it or something. Planning on, once things thaw out this spring, doing some metal detecting, maybe live. Go over the park, go over the neighbor's place, go over the old train station, try to see if I can dig up some coins or something. Can we find it? No, we can't. I don't know what's up with the retracted messages, Gerald, if you're retracting them yourself or if something's happening with them. I'm not quite sure. 88. See these South Carolinas, I'll just double check them real quick and see if it might have a rotated die or not. Ooh, the hot springs. I actually haven't found a whole lot of these hot springs, so I like to save them. They're not necessarily worth extra money. I just haven't found a bunch of them, so people are looking for them. Maybe I can have extras. 2019. Can we get a W mint? No, we can't. Like I said, I'm still learning about these. If you guys know any extras of things to look for that's not in the Cherry Picker's Guide, more than all ears. 73 Denver. I know you can find dye chips on probably just about anything if you look close enough. $67, no, cannot be. JL, you talking about the silver price? Silver will be back in the $40 range. I looked it up the other day. $77.27. 2018 Cumberland Island. Oh, on the P. Maybe we can find something. Yeah, silver went crazy there for a while. It's still kind of crazy. I was looking at that rim. These rims, like this one right here, looks like a cud thing, but then you look at the rim, it's like, oh, it just got mashed up. Harper's Ferry. Check out these buckets real quick. See if there's anything going on with the buckets. I do not see anything there. North Dakota. It's a good place. Go check out the buffalo. Go check out the Badlands. Go check out the oil fields. Another off center, Connecticut. I don't know if that amount of off center is pennies added or if it's not even really anything. New York. New York. 1970, Denver. If you've been with us this time, you know we're looking at the 70 Denver. There's a few different things. We're looking for the 70 Denver DDO, the DDR, and the Type H reverse. I guess we're going to start with the reverse because that's the way I flipped it. Looking for doubling. Look for the Type H reverse. Check out them arrows, see if they're buried in the leaf or not. This is a Type G. Got some scratchies on those letters. Makes the guy think there's doubling sometimes. Check out for the DDO. Got some mishmashing going on. This one, yeah. Nothing there. Double die on the tree on the South Dakota. Is that what you mean? Steve, appreciate the input. Kasachi 2015. Let's get through the rest of these quarters. South Dakota double die on the tree. I'll have to add that to the list. South Dakota double die on tree. I'll have to look that up. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Steve. Thanks for your contributions. It's a nice looking quarter. 1997. It's a 2020. It's another Denver though. Want it to be a W. Utah 2007. Hawaii. Want to go to Hawaii one day. I think it might be a fun trip. A little expensive, but probably be fun. It's a nice looking 88. Little scratches. Pretty nice looking. The Wyoming. Denver. Dang. Got some schmooze on that one. Voyagers 2018. We'll look for some die chips on the bird side. Not seeing anything there. Ooh, a 65. Can we get a DDO? Can we get a DDR? See what we can get. Got some mishmash applesauce. Nothing there. Check the reverse for the DDR FS801. Got some post-mint damage on that sucker. Nothing. Nothing. Man. 1970 out of Denver. We have some things to look for on this one as well. Looking for the DDO. Double die obverse on the heads. Looking for the DDR. Doubling on the reverse. Or tails. We're looking for the type H reverse. Straight up from ngccoin.com in the varieties plus section. Nothing so far. Nothing there. And check for a type H reverse. No, this is a type G. Them arrows, these arrows need to be buried right into that leaf there. I can see the points on those arrows. It's a type G. Type G. There's another 70. Denver. Ender, you can see the Ender scratches from the coin rolling machine. Really nice. This is a really nice looking 70 though. See if I can pull that other 70 back out. Where'd you go? Come on, really? There we go. Let's compare this one to this one. Look how much nicer that one on the right is. There's a specimen. How much shinier it is. Beautiful. Okay. It's be easy to see doubling if we have any. This would be a beautiful one to get doubling on. Come on. Nothing doing there. Look at the reverse. Dang it anyways. You can really appreciate the quality of some of these coins if you put under the scope, for sure. For sure. Alright. Next roll. Next roll, let's go. Starting off with a 1980. '84. No, that's nothing. Got some schmooze and some damage. Pictured rocks. 2018. Michigan. Go there. Minnesota P. 2005. We're looking for the extra tree on this sucker. I wonder if I should keep that one. Very nice coin. Minnesota, smack dab in the center of the coin. We're looking for an extra tree in this gap. It can be in the middle, it can be slightly to the left. Minnesota extra tree. 81. Another 65. Yeah, I sure like a good quality coin for sure. If you look at enough coins, the good ones, they really pop out at you. Really appreciate them. This one is pretty worn out. We're looking for varieties. We're looking for errors. Here's the Kansas in God We Rust. We're looking for some of these. The T is pretty far gone or non-existent. Kansas 2005. Looking for the In God We Rust. Yes, sir, Gerald. $1965. We got those DDOs and DDRs to look for. Man, I could look at coins all night. Brown loves coins. Yes, sir. Looking for doubling on the 65s on the front and on the back. Basically all the letters. This one is pretty shot. This one looks like it's got some sort of something there. Die crack maybe? I'm gonna use my handheld flash magnifier. I gotta check it out. See if it's a scratch or if it's extra metal or what. Definitely raised. That's kind of cool. Some sort of a die crack. Ooh, that is cool. Check out the line. It goes from here, the edge of the coin, through here. Maybe through there? No. That's kind of cool. It is raised metal. It's not like a scratch though. That's pretty cool. It's a good find. It's not the DDO, but it's something. Or sorry, DDR. I'll save that one. We'll leave that one up there for a minute. It's kind of cool. Good find. Nice. Hit the like button. Thanks, Brown. Got to keep on hunting, man. Virginia 2000. All I'm looking to do is look through my coins, and maybe I can learn something from you guys. Maybe you can learn something from me. 2020, we're looking for the W Mint. Can only get a Philly. Another 2020 Weir Farm out of Denver. There's a cross in the Delaware 2021. Ooh, I almost threw that back. Can't say that one. Looking at General George Washington's hat there. You guys should follow Brown's lead. Hit that like button. Even better, head over to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. There's a Patsy Takamoto 2024. The Effigy Mounds 2017. These ones, I don't know if it's mint specific or not, but we're going to look for the doubled udder. Pretty sure these are cows. I've seen some doubled udder on some of those. Yes, I am.
Mm.
2015 Kasachi. Man, it is getting late. I have so many coins to look at though. I don't know if I can do that. $19.94 DDR and DDO. This is not one I've heard about. 19. I know there's all kinds of them that I miss. Like I can't possibly get them all. I see a 1994 P No P variety. Man, 89. Like there's all kinds of them. Even in the cherry picker's guide here. 89 P No P. 89D repunched mint mark. Jeez, I gotta get this under control. 71 Philly. Here's a Chickasaw 2011. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We're just looking for cool things in quarters. Trying to learn something. 2012 P Denali. DDO. United States of America. We'll give it a shot. Nothing doing there. A little bit of damage there. 81 Denver. Theodore Roosevelt, 2016. Pretty sure Theodore Roosevelt has statues in every state. Look at this 1965, looking for the DDO and the DDR. This one's pretty mashed up. It's kind of hard to see much of anything on this one. Check out $quarter on the bottom. Nope. Let's keep going. I've got a few more quarters left in this roll. Bombay Hook 2015, and the last one is a 71 out of Denver. And the 71 out of Denver, we got some things to look at here. We're looking for the DDR FS801, so doubling on the reverse, and type H reverse. So DDR, if we're doubling on the reverse. And we'll check for a type H. No type H there. Dang it. So close. I'm going to find one of these type H's one of these days. That would be sweet. All right, next roll. See what we can get in here. Man, there's people just cruising through here. Through the live stream. 1 minute there's 50 people. Next minute there's 25 people. Sure not sticking around, that's for sure. I'm going to dump my cup into the bag. It's getting too full. Maybe Monday I can bring this bag back to the bank and get some more. Oh boy, look at that schmooze. Check out those buckets real quick, even though I probably don't want to keep this quarter anyway. Look at that. Nasty. Chocolate Culture 2012. I don't know if I found a whole lot of those before. Might have people looking for that one. $19.85. Yeah, like the rim looks kind of goofy on that one too. It's like off center or something. It's kind of goofy. I save way too many coins. That's for sure. Just keep saving them. Keep saving them up. You want that coin, Gerald? All that schmooze on it. I wonder what it tastes like. Probably tastes kind of good, huh? Like Kentucky Fried chicken finger looking good. Hell yeah. Mount Rushmore. Who's been to Mount Rushmore? Hit the like button if you've been to Mount Rushmore in South Dakota. It's pretty cool there. Driving in and out on some of those roads is not so much fun. No, I'm thinking Needles Highway, I'm pretty sure. Not so much fun. It was beautiful there. Not super fun driving. 1993. '72 Philly. 66. We got some things to look for on this one. We got, looks like it has an off-center strike. That rim is doubled looking on the left side. Let's see, on the 66, you can even see that rim there. 66 DR FS 801. Let's admire that rim there for a second, shall we? That's how the rim is supposed to look. Here's how the rim looks on that side. That's way off. Okay, looking for the 1966 DDR FS 801. NGC coin says, extremely strong doubling seen on United States of America, E pluribus unum, and $quarter. I wonder if it has to be all three. You'd think it would be all three if it says extremely strong doubling. There's a 89. Motorcycle rally down in South Dakota. These are kind of cool sometimes. You get these rims where it looks like it's like obviously not punched on center, and then you get kind of like metal shards and stuff going on. Gerald, you been to the South Dakota motorcycle rally over in Sturgis or Deadwood or anything like that? I have not. $20.19. Looking for the W Mint. Can we be so lucky? Dang. We found 3 of them on these boxes so far, so there's still hope for you guys. Find them in your pocket change. Find them in your change from the store if they still give you change, or if you still use cash anyway. 94. DDR and DDO 94. We're going to have to look for that. We will check it out because Steve said so. Isn't it like a Stone Cold Steve Austin thing? Because Steve said so. It's a really nice looking 1994, if I say so for myself. Steve, are you still around? Some of it looks a little suspect to me. This here, under the T, I don't see it so much there, but under this T, it looks like slight doubling. I don't know. I don't really see it on these other letters, though. Seems like the guy would see it on more than just one letter. If it was true doubling. It's a really nice looking coin. Another 2022 out of Denver. Ooh, a 2020, the bat face. Some people save all their bat faces. I do not. I take a look at them. I see if they're W mints. I check out Mama Bat there on the bottom. I'm going to look at under the scope here. See if there's any craters in her face. And then we flip it over. And we hope for a W mint. No, we can't be so lucky. Next time, I tell you. Here's a 2021 crossing the Delaware. George still has his hat. Been wearing that sucker for many years. Lowell 2019, also a Denver. Ooh, Kansas, looking for the In God We Rust. You can see it right there. You can see the T. We don't need to put that under the scope. Kansas, looking for In God We Rust. Nevada, 2006. I was supposed to go there last fall. Didn't end up happening. Pennsylvania, never been there. There's a few places I've never been. 2017 Ellis Island. I found a couple of die chips on these ones. I know they say you can look at his hat here, and you can look at her face. I found some that look like scars over her eyes, scars across her face. I've saved them. They're somewhere in my collection. I do need to get some more flips. Nevada, you can look for pooping horse die chips. Holy smokes. Let's see if I can find that one back out. Nevada. Okay, there's 3 horses on this sucker. Coin Quester says we can look for a pooping horse. Okay, this is a horse hoof from this horse, so it's probably not that one. I guess it's somewhere around here, or somewhere around the tail area. Never heard of that one before. Horse on the right side. Nevada. Sometimes I go over to the eBay sold listings. Nevada. Nevada State Quarter Pooping Horse Die Chip Error. Interesting. Okay, so it can be up on like the rump large die chips or die chips in the leg area, extra metal here, extra metal up here. Interesting. Worth $5. Thank you, CoinQuester, for pointing that one. I'll add that to the list. And then Nevada is a 2006. Alrighty. Ellis, was that a Ellis Island quarter? Lady with no face, like a grease air or something like that. Have not found that before. Evil Buddha, we're looking for silver. We're looking for West Point mints. We're looking for varieties. We're looking for errors. We're looking to learn things. That's the bottom line. Another Ellis Island. How many more quarter rolls do I got here? We're getting down to the bottom. Gerald, you got some crazy recommendations there. I feel like you're just trying to play me. Look for that quarter with no quarter. Look where it's missing a quarter. $20.20, tall grass prairie. Can it be a W? No, it cannot. $19.96 out of Denver. Here's another 2019. This one's a Philly, but if you find a W, it's worth more. 2020. Oh, it's another Denver. Son of a gun. Ooh, this one got mushied. The Louisiana Purchase. Sweet. 1982. This one's actually in a little bit better shape than some other 1982s I've found. Gerald's being a little squirrely. He's taking back his comments. What's going on, Gerald? What's going on, brother? This is in Minnesota, looking for the extra tree. Right in the center of the coin, we're looking for an extra tree right here. Could be in the center, could be a little bit off center. $95. Been live for just over an hour now. We haven't really found any sweet ones. We found that one, 2021. We found one. It had like a die crack in it or whatever it was. What was this, 1965? I don't know if it's a die crack or what that is on that one. That's probably my best find so far tonight. Another 2019, looking for the W on those ones. 89, Denver. 2012, Denali. Looking for the DDO on the United States of America. I'm not even quite sure about this one. Like sometimes you find things on eBay, people will claim it is what it is, but sometimes I'm unsure. Take it with a grain of salt, I suppose. 1998 out of Denver. Oh, the good old Wisconsin 2004 out of Denver. You guys know what to look for on this one. High leaf, low leaf. Sounds like a game. Check out this corn cob here. Look for an extra leaf low here, or an extra leaf high. Like if it's high, it just points up higher. If it's low, it goes low here. That's the one I want to find. Alabama, Helen Keller. Nebraska. You guys ever been to Nebraska? Cumberland Island, 2018. What is the error on the 2018 Cumberland Island? Do not know. 2013 Fort McHenry. Oh, 2024 is this one I don't have yet? No, I have lots of these. Celia Cruz. Celia Cruz. Okay, 65. We're looking for the DDOs and the DDRs. Double die obverse and double die on the reverse. Looking at all the lettering and date. Don't see anything there. Check the reverse or tails. Nothing. Okay. Another 2020 bat face. Spent a little time in the mud. Denver Mint. Looking for the W on those. Nevada. Nevada. Coin Quester. We're looking for the pooping horse on the Nevada. Don't see anything special on that one. Appreciate you guys pointing stuff out on these too, because there's a lot to know, and there is a lot of coins and a lot of years. One guy cannot possibly know it all. 74. Nothing on a 74. Ryder's Brock. You've been saving change from cash purchases, waiting for time to get more into the hobby to learn what to look for. Well, you just start with one denomination. You say quarter errors. You can go on, I would recommend going on the ngccoin.com website. Look for the varieties plus tab. You get some pretty good errors on there. You can search by denomination, and it breaks it down by year. Or you can search by denomination and by year grouping, basically. So all your Washington quarters, all your American women quarters, you can look for things based on that. Just look through the years. Like I can't possibly know everything the first time I go through coins, but I just save them up, go buy coins from the bank, and then I go through them. And if I don't find anything, I bring them back, get some more. I learn more for the next time. I'm never going to find everything to look for the first pass, so I just don't stress out about it. 2007, that's in Denver. All right, quarters. I got a few more rolls of quarters here. 75 minutes in, we got 22 likes. Nice. Appreciate you guys hanging out and helping out. Every time I do this, I learn something I can add to my list. So I like doing it. There's a 67. Got some rim damage there on the obverse. California, Yosemite Valley. Nice. Yeah, I'm not the world-renowned expert on these. I'm just a guy that likes looking at coins and likes going live to do it. So that's why I'm still learning too. The big old scratch in that one. 1999. I think only the P has the spitting horse. And look at this. Definitely a scratch. Ding. Check it out with the flash magnifier. All I can see is my bare eye. Yeah, definitely just like a huge scratch in it. I can't get it out of here. Oh no. There's just some schmooze on it. Just rubbed right off my finger. I thought it was like something cool. Anyway, on these, if you find a filly, you can find a spitting horse on these. I think it's just on a filly. I can definitely be wrong. It might be worth checking them all out. George Washington 2021 crossing the Delaware. Looking for extra metal up on his hat. Or if you ask Gerald, try to find George with no hat. Maybe he lost it. Who knows? (2017) Ozark Riverways. Missouri. It's warm down there again? Never quite can tell. Here's another Delaware. 1999. Out of Denver. Ooh, a 65, baby. Gonna look for the DDO and the DDR. It's not in super terrible shape. Holy cow, it's already midnight. Soon to be midnight 30. I don't know why it gets so late all of a sudden. Why's it gotta be like that? Okay, we're looking for the double die obverse. Check out the motto. Date. We'll look at United States of America. This one looks kind of a little bit suspect to me. Check this out. It would appear bottom of this T, bottom of this T, bottom of the E, bottom of the S. Just on the top sides, though, I don't see any indication that these other ones are doubled. So I think this might be a shadow. Bottom of the O as well. It's a little suspicious. And then it's got this, just like this other one. Check this out. Here's this one. Goes through the middle of the C. And this one, oh, this goes through the bottom of the C. Interesting. Check that out with the flash magnifier real quick. It's definitely raised metal. That's kind of cool. I don't know what specifically causes that. But it's definitely raised metal. It's not a Not a scratch. Let's check out E. pluribus unum. Look for doubling. Check out $quarter. Nothing there. Voyagers 2018 P. We're looking for a die chip on the loon on the side here, somewhere in this general vicinity for a blob of metal. Init Kanaka Ole. Just like saying that. On these American women where George is facing the right, we're looking at his nose for nose wart. We're looking at his mouth for a extra blob of metal for Drew and George. And this Edith Kanaka Ole's, we're looking at his ear for a strike through. I would really like to find one of those. It'd be kind of sweet. We got 24 likes in the house. That is awesome. Head over to the channel, hit that subscribe button, go check out some of my other videos. Go make some comments on them. Go tell me how wrong I am. For sure. Must be getting tired. 1994 Denver. We also have to look for the DDO and DDR on these. Check it out real quick. It's getting late. I better wrap it up here in about 10 minutes. Or whenever this roll is done, whichever comes first. Better call it a night here soon. Hopefully, get back on here tomorrow. That's the plan. 2023 Denver. Anime Wong, we're looking for the hangnail, we're looking for the crying eye, a hangnail, and issues with those letters. Crossing the Delaware, another George Washington hat to look at. Barry says, got any advice finding the Sacagawea with the extra feather? Extra feather? Talking dollar coins now? Sacagawea dollar coins? I've not heard of that. I know there's a Cheerio dollar you can find extra detail on feathers. I don't know anything else about an extra feather, unless I completely missed your question. The 2019, looking for the W Mint. Looking for the West Point Mint. 79, I don't think that was on the list. No. Arches 2014. Got a few more to go here. And we'll wrap it up for the night. Olita Idar. Another 2019. Can we find a W? Come on. Just waiting now. Just waiting and wishing. Ooh, another 65. We got some things to look for on the 65. This one's pretty beat up, but we're going to look for doubling. Any doubling in any of the words. All of the numbers. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Let's leave that up there for a second. Got a few more to go through here. Shenandoah 2014. Georgia 1999. Couple left here. There's a really nice Oregon. Oregon 2005 out of Philly. Man, just appreciate that. Holy cow. The shine on that sucker. Got some little bit of damage on it, but overall, like barely anything for bag marks and scratches. I think it's beautiful. Beautiful. Got a ding there. Got some light wear on the L. Look at that thing. Got a little scratch on his chin. It was awesome. I found a Wyoming quarter like this last summer. I think I'll have to save that one. Find a flipboard or something. Last quarter of the night, we have a New York 2001. All right, we have to admire this one more time. It's in my 1965 double die reverse. The quarter itself is in really good shape. It's the FS 801. We're going to look at States of America on this one. Apologize, there will be a little bit of a glare, but look at the doubling on that. Super clear. Super clear. That is the best doubling I've found on any of the coins so far. That is what we're looking for on a 65, 1965 quarter. The double die reverse. The DDR FS 801. What are the cherry picker's guide says about that? The 1965 double die obverse. So they actually took the 1965 double die reverse out of the cherry picker's guide due to collectors not really wanting it for some reason. I read it somewhere in this thing. Basically, if people don't collect it, $1965. I can't remember where I found that. But this cherry picker's guide. This one is the 6th edition, volume 2. Half dimes, dimes, 20-cent pieces, and quarter dollars. So I'll use this for dimes and quarter dollars because I don't have any of those other deals. But I'll have to get a couple more of these with pennies, half dollars, nickels, things like that. Very, very good book, though. You can, like Minnesota, 2005, P, Minnesota, double die reverse. The Extra Tree has very clear pictures. There's another portion of Extra Tree. Like you can have a couple different versions of it. Kansas Proof, silver. You can have hoof-shaped die dent. 2007 Wyoming, doubling on the saddle horn. Just very clear pictures of everything you're looking for. Cherry Picker's Guide. Highly recommend it. Also recommend you getting one of these. This obviously is a few years old now. The official Red Book, United States coins. These things are super cheap. Under $10. Get yourself a copy of that. It has pricing. It has all the years. It has some of the more common errors and stuff we can be looking for. It has commemoratives. It has eagles, silver, presidential, half dollars. Like for example, if you go like the 2004 Wisconsin quarters, it'll give you, here's what it looks like, here's the high leaf, here's the low leaf, and then it'll give you Wisconsin extra leaf high or low in about uncirculated 50, they're 50 to $75. MS 150 plus, MS 65, they go up even more. So very good book to have. It's fairly compact too. It's a pretty small book. Has a lot of stuff in it. Definitely worth looking through. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Head over to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Come back tomorrow. We'll be doing some more quarters, perhaps some pennies and some half dollars. But I gotta get to bed, so appreciate everybody. See you on the next one. Keep on hunting.